Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the PELE YOETZ in Emunah, and he's describing a new level of Emunah, and that is to believe in Kol Divrei Torah, everything that it says in the Torah, B'chol Divrei Seifrim, and all the words of HaChaim, Zichronim Levracha, the sages. And he pointed out yesterday that even if there's something in the Torah that you do not understand, there is something in the words of Chazal that you do not understand, whose fault is it that you don't understand? Is the Torah making a mistake in the way that it's perceiving the world? Or are you making a mistake in the way that you are perceiving what the Torah is saying? And therefore your outlook on life is skewed because you don't have what is called Das Torah, the wisdom of the Torah pulsing and pulsating throughout your mind and your heart and your veins. And therefore, if there's a pasuk in the Torah, there's a mitzvah that's difficult for you to accept, there's a maimer, there's a statement of Chazal that seems to be the opposite of the way in which you look at your life and you look at the world and you look at the purpose of why we are here. It's not because Chazal and the Torah are wrong. It's just because in the warped and the weak minds that we have and the disconnect that we have to emes, Torah Amiti, the truth of the Torah, it causes that we don't understand what the Torah and Chazal are really all about. And it's upon us, incumbent upon us, to work our best to reach a point and a level in our clarity and our understanding that the Torah and Chazal are emes, they're true. What they say is true. If I don't understand something, I have to work myself to be able to understand it. And he says, Amnam, however, Yamin be'emunah shlema, you have to believe with complete faith. Shekol divreihem chayim ekayomim, all of the words of the sages are true and they exist. V'ne'emonim la'an, they are faithful forever. Ula'omei alomim, forever and ever, for all of eternity. There's nitzchis. The Torah is what's called eternal. The Torah is eternal because it's connected. It's the das elokis. It's the mind of Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch is eternal. The chachamim, zichronim livracha, our sages, they are the einei ha'eda. They are the eyes of the generation. They are the shluchim, the rachmana. They are these messengers of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to bring His godly Torah wisdom down to the world, and therefore their words are also eternal. You could open up a Pirkei Avos, the ethics of our fathers, which was written probably 2,000 plus years ago, and the words of then are as pertinent then as they today as they were back then. You can read insights of Hillel, of Shammai, of Rabbi Akiva, of Rav Shimon Bar Yochai, of Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. All of these beautiful words that they were talking in their generation, it applies to our generation as well. The Torah, the Psukim that our forefathers read 3,500 years ago, as it applied to them, it applies to us. And we keep this in mind. We're coming now to the Seder. And the Seder, according to many opinions, was written by the Tanoim, the authors of the Mishnah and the Gemara. And therefore the words of Chazal, which are in every single line of the Haggadah, with meaning and understanding, sending out messages that have given the Jewish people hope for thousands of years. It's as applicable today as it was back then. And therefore, when a person begins to realize the eternal truth that is in our Torah, the eternal truth that is in the words of our Chachamim, of our sages, then even if there's something in there I don't understand, I don't blame them. I don't blame HaKadosh Baruch Hu in His Torah. I don't blame that Rabbi Akiva said something that I don't understand. How could I understand what Rabbi Akiva says? Rabbi Akiva was light years away from me. He lived in a different realm of existence. All of the Torah was in his mind. It was on his fingertips. His whole heart was racing with Avas Hashem to the highest level that a person could possibly reach in Olam Hazeh, in this world. So when Rabbi Akiva makes a statement, it's with the power of all of the Torah and the Shekhinah behind him. I don't live like that. I have the power of stake behind me. I have the power of the new car that I'm thinking of getting when my lease is coming up in a few months, and I'm already looking through the car and driver magazines to see which car I should get. I have the Pesach hotel with the tea room of 24 hours of decadence and fressing and gluttony. That's what I have behind me. I have behind me Kol Torah Kula. I have behind me a life of Kedusha. I have behind me where nothing else in the world matters except making sure that I understand clearly what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. That's the life of our HaChaim, of our sages. They live their lives for the Rebbeinu Shalom. We live our lives for ourselves. And we try to fit HaKadosh Baruch Hu in there along the way. So our minds are coming from two different angles. There's the Torah angle, and then there's the me angle. And if there's something that I don't understand in Torah or Chazal, it's because they're coming from a different angle altogether. But trust me, says the PELE YOETZ, you should know that their words are ne'emanim la'ad u'lalmei oilamim. Their words are faithful and true. And they are the emes of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, forever and ever and ever. May we be zeicha im Yirtzeh Hashem to see the great words of Chazal, to see the great words of the Torah, to shape and form our thought processes in order that we could understand what HaKadosh Baruch Hu and His Chachamim are saying, so that instead of looking and saying, well, that's strange, why would they say such a thing? Say, it's strange. I must be strange that I don't understand what they're saying. Let us work and work and work and work to get a clarity and a vision and an understanding of the emes of Torah and Chazal. Have a wonderful day.